at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers.
Hey guys, and we are here for a little Twins Wednesday action. Just 55 seconds till we get enrolled in this game, and we are going to have a lot of fun giving out a bunch of PGL points, and we are going to be streaming live to you guys all night long on the PilotTV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, so make sure you guys are checking in on those so we can shoot you out out some luck, as well as just, you know, we like to get to know the players, and so check in.
Oh yeah, and especially because you guys got about 30 seconds to get enrolled in our first game, and it's going to be a little top 10 action. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys definitely want to get enrolled before we kick started off. But if you're over at a location like JJ's Bowl, Dugout Grill in Bethel, Patriot Lanes, Heartbreakers Bar and Grill, CY's Bar and Grill, River City Extreme, or even Haiku's Bowling Center, you're getting to watch us on a shining new Pilot TV.
Ooh, I like all those location names. Definitely exciting to see a few more get added onto that list with Heartbreakers Bar and Grill, CY's Bar and Grill, River City Extreme, and Hugo's Bowling Center. Really, really cool stuff. But we do have balls dropping in this game, people getting their plays done, and we'll see how many points are going to be awarded to these top players, as we got Jeremy getting an early start to this one. But we do have some people who got some jackpots yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
We gave out 5 different jackpots on this
like
Tuesday.
to see.
One of our biggest weekdays we've had in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And it grew our total over the last 7 days to 28 jackpots over the last 7 days, and 561 jackpots during this season 11.
All right, well, we're on track to hit over 600 jackpots for season 11, so hopefully we can do so, but we need you guys out there playing so we can give out that cash directly to you. And just yesterday, of our first jackpot we gave out went out to Blake over at the Exchange Food and Drink, who took home $620.
Well, good job, Blake. We also had Alec over at Rutgers Birchmont Lounge taking home $954. And it's a weird spelling of Alec, as it's A-L-A-C.
Yeah, earlier on today's Cup of Joe, I think I read it out as Alack.
Alack. Definitely. I feel like it could be pronounced that way as well. Right now we got Barbie out there in first place. Definitely some great name out there. Getting after it. Second place, we got Norby. Third place, we got Jeremy. Fourth place, we got Let's Win. I'm assuming, just missing the I. Fifth place, we got Ron. Definitely some great players out there getting after it.
Absolutely, but right after Alack, we gave out another jackpot to Nate over at the Blue Note. Did you already talk about that one?
No, I didn't talk about Nate.
All right, well, Nate got to take home $907.50 just yesterday as well.
Well, good job, Nate. And not the final jackpot, the second to final, but not the final. We had Papa PJ over at Broadway Pizza, Coon Rapids, taking home $1,148.
Absolutely, and you can't forget about that last jackpot we gave out because it was the biggest one of the day, and it went out to Oma over at Elks Lodge, Owatonna, who got to take home $15,726. Ooh, ooh. Starting your Tuesday off right.
Yeah, good job, Oma. $15,726. I mean, hats off to her. I mean, I don't think I need to do hats off to her. She's probably celebrating that 15 grand going into her pocket.
Oh, yeah, I bet she is. So nicely done to all of our jackpot winners. We gave out a few other prizes as well, but they just didn't count towards that rolling total as they weren't over $600. But yesterday during our happy hour show, during the Jackpot Hunter $1 games, Blake ended up being one of those winners over at the Exchange Food and Drink, taking home $620. But that second one we gave out that didn't quite make it to our jackpot list went out to Braden over at J&J Bowling Center, who got to take home $299.
Definitely some great stuff. I want to go out bowling sometime soon.
Oh, I am so in. We've done the Wii bowling a couple times lately. And now we're ready for the real thing.
I always do a little bit of Wii bowling, and then I get myself like thinking that I'm actually decent at bowling.
That it translates to bowling.
That somehow that knowledge that I've acquired while playing Wii bowling will help me going into my next bowling session.
Is it ever the case?
And it's never the case. I always end up being one of the worst bowlers on the lane, and it just...
Well, don't worry. We can get some gutters up for you.
Exactly. No, if you get the gutters up for me, I'll
Absolutely.
It'll make it a lot more fun because I'll actually score some points.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know what it is. I struggle with the bowling.
Yeah, that's all right. I've only done it a handful of times. I remember I took the young kids I used to nanny out bowling, and I was like, oh, yeah, just a lighthearted, middle-of-the-day bowling activity with the kids. They ended up both bowling over 100 points, and I got maybe 68 or something like that. I was so embarrassed, and Izzy, the young girl, she was about 11 or 12 at the time, would not let me down for the next week and a half.
Just kept chatting your ear off about the entire event.
She was like, don't worry, we can train. I'll help you. I was like,
you're like, next time
I'll take down the gutters for you. We'll see how well you do then. No, it was a lot of fun. I'm willing to step back and let her take the spotlight.
That's great. I just found some old pins from my grandpa's old bowling center while we were staying over there, and it was super fun because it had some high scores from when my dad used to play bowling a bunch. And as a kid, yeah, he did. He was in a league over at my grandpa's bowling center. He'd go every day after school and bowl.
Your grandpa had a bowling center?
Yeah, he owned a bowling center.
What else? This man is a jack of all trades. He's had an ice cream shop. He's done
originally. I think he was a big time into the construction.
Wow.
Then owned his own construction company. Then went into
a restaurant,
a bowling center.
The bowling center.
The bowling was what happened. I think I don't know the order of it all.
Wow.
Then he's done so many. Sold land, sold eyeglassware.
He's a great salesman.
Yeah, he does. He sold furniture before. He's
insurance.
He does insurance now.
Yeah, no, he's really a jack of all trades.
Yeah, but the bowling center definitely one of his more interesting ventures.
That is a lot of fun. I mean, I feel like there's a lot that goes into running a bowling alley that we don't know because there's a lot of sanitary stuff that you got to think about.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting, and my dad got pretty good. If you guys have been around long enough, it's Big John. Who as a kid he was pretty good at bowling, but then
does he have like one of those embroidered league shirts or like jackets that have like his name?
I wish he did, and if
like
he
the
did,
Pin Brothers on the back.
It wouldn't fit at all.
Would it fit you?
No, it would not fit.
Oh, was this when he was too young?
This is like back in like 8th grade, 7th grade, maybe like early high school. But I think the bowling alley got sold by the time he was like a sophomore in high school. Kind of thing.
Okay, so this was a while back.
Yes, no, this was a long time. But he was pretty good back then. Had a really good high score at the time.
I'd like to see him put his money where his mouth is.
And then now he's not nearly the bowler he once was, but he's still a lot better than I am. That's for sure.
All right, well maybe we'll just have to go bowling soon.
Well, thank you, Braden, for winning that JJ's Bowling Center. Reminded me that I want to go bowling really soon. I always saw those people with custom bowling balls, and I thought that was
they bring them
super
out
cool.
all glossed up out of those bags that they carry. So cool. They have their own shoes. And they look like wingtip Oxfords.
Yeah, I had a girl in my grade at one of the schools I went to that her dad owned a company that did those balls, and so she had a bunch of different
custom
ones, and pretty much everyone that was like a friend with her had their own custom bowling balls and stuff like that.
Life.
And so I was like, that's so cool. I wish I had one.
That was so cool.
And plus, they got such cool designs.
Oh yeah.
We do have how would you say that? Dave taking over that first place spot over at Ditto's Bar and Grill. It's kind of like Babe, but Dave.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of other players getting after it, trying to get into that top 5, earn some cash money in this one.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have a great new E-Tab game that just hit your guys' iPads a few weeks ago, and that's Later Gator. Check out the Gator bonus and shoot the biggest Gator to see if you can win the biggest prizes.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite graphics we've released so far. Definitely check out Later Gator. And if you're a little nervous to fight the biggest gator, you can just check out a promo of it before you guys give it a try on our Facebook page. And once you're on that Facebook page, you might as well just give us a follow and like, and you'll be able to keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, all those amazing player pictures you guys send in. And you can even utilize that link tree that when you go on there, you can see all the links to all of our social medias, all of our streaming platforms, pgl.world, you name it, we got it, even all the locations around Minnesota where you can play pilot games.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Love all of our social medias. Definitely go check them out. But we got to get our eyes out on this game that's happening because there's only 1 minute and 30 seconds till we come to the tail end of this game. And we have a bunch of players that maybe there's some players outside the top 10 trying to creep their way in, or there's some of these players that are trying to get into that first place spot. But as Dave has used up the rest of their points, we'll see if any of these other players can work their way up. It looks like the rest of the top 5 out of plays. Anybody inside our top 9 with plays?
Yeah.
Not Andy has 1 play, maybe 2, 3 plays left, but
Not many.
it would be a tough task for them to catch up to Dave in that first place spot.
Well, that's right. If you guys aren't winning big in this round, don't worry. We got a little Vikings victory coming up next. A first of 3 different rounds that we're going to be playing with you throughout the night, and we're starting out with that small prize at about $280, and that large prize about $5,108 on the line that you guys can win on additional to those top 10 winnings if you make it into the standings.
Definitely. I love Vikings victory. I claimed it this week as my favorite PGL game that we play during these nights. And so I'm super excited for every single one of these games. I'm feeling lucky. You know, sometimes you walk into a night and you're like, yeah, I feel lucky tonight. And I'm feeling it, feeling like we can give out some really good prizes, especially after we missed out on giving out that Twins Bingo jackpot.
What malarkey, my friend.
Yeah, over $17,000 heading into tomorrow, and it should be a great one. You guys don't want to miss out on it. It's going to be run from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock tomorrow, and it's good. I mean, $17,000 on a 25-cent card.
That's
Win it
right.
in 52 balls or less, and you'll be taking it home. It's a great, great prize.
Yeah, you'll definitely want to be coming out for that lunchtime show tomorrow. It's going to be Ian and Will coming at you live trying to give out that big-time cash. But if you guys don't miss out on that one, you got the 25-cent cards to Jackpot Hunter that go each and every day from 1 to 4 right after that Twins Bingo that have great prizes on the line in there as well. We always have that minor, that major, and that mega. That mega is one to look out for. If it didn't go out today, it's going to be over $33,000 tomorrow, but I'm not sure if it went out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to find out. You'll have to come out from that early time Cup of Joe with Jordy to find out those details. But we do have Dave over at Ditto's Bar in St. Michael taking home that $207 first place prize. Good job, Dave. And we'll get the rest of that top 10 to you guys in just a little bit. But special shout out to Dave being our big winner of the first game of this Twins Wednesday.
Absolutely. But as you were saying, if you guys want to make sure you find out where the biggest money is on the line tomorrow, before you jump into those games, Cup of Joe with Jordy is the show to be at. It starts at 11:30 each and every day, Monday through Friday. Just a little 20-minute segment where I bring on different bingo hosts with me, and we talk about where all the shakeups happened in the standings and what the money amounts are on the line today.
And yeah, so you'll know if that big mega jackpot in the 25-cent edition of Jackpot Hunter has gone up or it's still available in this in the Thursday games.
Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, but after that, you get into our happy hour bingo, which has a bunch of great games in it. Starting off, we got Lucky 4 bingo at 4 p.m. It always has a huge jackpot that's growing in it, and you guys can definitely have not just one, but 2 shots at that Lucky 4 bingo. One at 4 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock, and in between is 23 games at Jackpot Hunter $1 edition, where there's a mega, major, and minor prize available. And that minor prize is available very, very often because every $100 it clicks up 4 balls. It starts off at 52 balls or less. Once it hits that $300 mark, it caps off at 64 balls or less. The money will still grow, but the ball count will stay right there as you guys will have shots to win it.
Absolutely. But once it gets to 64 balls or less, guys, you know that's going out on any round possible. So you guys absolutely need to be coming out and trying to win some of that cash. But after 6 p.m., when you guys are done at that second round of Lucky 4 bingo that has a jackpot closing in on 20 grand, you guys will get a full 4 hours of Skull Bingo uninterrupted tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We always have that line, large, M, and coverall prize. You guys will even get an hour extra after we get done with this Twins Bingo tonight to play until 10 p.m.
Yeah, definitely a blast to play. And right now, we're in a Twins Wednesday. This runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, and I can't wait to go through all of our great games. Right now, we're getting enrolled into some Vikings victory. After this, we'll do another game of Vikings victory at 7:45, a game of Blingo Bingo. Then at 8 o'clock, we have a game of Vikings victory. 8:15 is Fishing Derby, and then at 8:35, we have our final game, that Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale, that's sitting at $13,405.
Absolutely, and it's the 25-cent card edition this time, so it's a little bit more bang for your buck. But if you want to up the ante a little bit, Tuesday night is your night to come out. We got that MegaSota game night each and every Tuesday at 6:40. It's your only opportunity at seeing Tony and Nikki host the show and give out all the cash possible, as well with some PGL points as well. But their Jackpot Jungle $1 edition in 54 balls, you get to take home over $18,795, guys. Tuesday night, 6:40. Be there or be square.
Yeah, it's a great time. Love just both of our PGL nights. It's a blast to play them. But 1 minute and 30 seconds before we get enrolled in Vikings victory, and And as you guys are getting rolled, we got some great national days to get into. And the first one being a little bit more intimate one. National Kissing Day. We won't limit you or time you on this affectionate holiday. National Kissing Day on June 22nd encourages us to pucker up for a smooch, whether the kiss comes from a significant other or your children or pets. Share the love.
You know, I haven't given my pets a good smooch in a while. I miss them.
Just get licked all over your face with those big dogs.
Oh,
they're
no, I'm very lucky. They don't do that. They don't attack the face. It's usually just the hands and arms.
Yeah, they don't. They just don't do a lot of licking in general, which I appreciate in a dog.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if Stella gets going though, you have to like tell her to stop licking your hand.
That's so
about
funny.
it.
That's so funny. But we were actually talking about on Twins Wednesday about one of the most iconic kisses.
Oh yeah.
Where it was post World War.
I think World War II, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, well, I will have to figure out what that was. But at the end, when the war had finally been announced that it was done, I mean, I think everyone's seen the sailor dipping the nurse down and giving a kiss out. Actually, they had no idea who each other were.
No, it was a random stranger he grabbed off the street. It was a serendipitous moment, once in a lifetime happening, and they snapped a photo of it. It was right after World War II on August 15th, 1945.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting that between two strangers could create one of the most iconic kisses.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it was a moment of just like pure euphoria where they got to find out that it was over and he gets to stay home.
Oh, I mean, I can just imagine all the emotions that's running through both those people. It makes sense.
She was a dental hygienist leaving work.
Was she? That is hilarious. I mean,
and she just got a big fat smooch.
And that's, I mean, great that happened. What a crazy series of events to create a really iconic photo.
That's hilarious.
But we do have our top 10 from the first game of top 10. And heading into that 10th place spot, we got a great player in player taking home $6.90 over at American Legion Brooklyn Center. Then in 9th, we had Not Andy winning $13 over at Clancy's on Island Lake. 8th place was Conehead taking home $20 over at the Mabel Liquor Store. 7th place was BJW taking home $20.70 over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill. $20 also went out to the 6th place player Bros over at the Workshop Food Hall and Bar. Then at Eagles New Brighton, we had the 5th place player Joe Cool taking home $34. $55 went out to a Rabbit over at the Pub 69 in 4th place. 3rd place was Chicken Dinner taking home $69 over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill in New Brighton. Then taking home $138. In 2nd place, we had Jeremy over at the Red Rooster Bar and Grill. And in 1st place, we have Abe taking home $207 over at Ditto's Bar.
I think it was Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Definitely some great stuff. Good job to all those players as we are now in this game of Vikings victory with Snaps in 1st place. But we do have some more national days to get into, as this one's a really cool one, as it's World Rainforest Day.
That's right, and June 22nd is in fact World Rainforest Day, and this day has been set aside to help protect rainforests by spreading awareness and encouraging action to protect them.
Oh yeah, the rainforest is such an interesting ecosystem, and all the different animals that live in it. And we just found out that in the Amazon rainforest, most of them, the creatures, actually live in the trees. It's not much ground dwelling.
Yeah.
They all live under the right on
canopies.
Yeah, right on the canopy, which is really interesting.
Absolutely. But we'll look up some interesting rainforest facts and tidbits for you guys today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's take a peek. We'll try one different than the Twins Bingo.
Exactly. We read one during Twins Bingo. Might as well take one during right now. And rainforests are a powerful natural climate solution. Not only do they regulate global temperatures, but they also cool and regulate local microclimates and limit Earth's reflectivity, which turns stabilizes ocean currents, winds, and rainfall patterns.
Really? Yeah, even tropical rainforests have become a net carbon emitter. In a distressing development in 2017, studies published in the Journal of Science reveals that tropical rainforests that once served as the Earth's carbon sinks now emit more carbon than they absorb because of the deforestation and the forest loss caused by humans.
Wow, that is, that's why we highlight today, is to save the rainforest. Tropical rainforests cover less than 3% of the planet, yet they are home to more than half of the planet's terrestrial animal species.
Very cool. Yeah, rainforests play an essential role in maintaining the Earth's limited supply of fresh water.
Oh, rainforests add water to the atmosphere through the process of transpiration, by which plants release water from their leaves during photosynthesis. Deforestation reduces the moisture released in the atmosphere, causing rainfall to decrease.
Okay. Well, rainforest plants are used in some of the world's most important life-saving medicines. More than 60% of anti-cancer drugs originate from natural sources, including rainforest plants. According to the research published in the International Journal of Oncology, because of rainforests are so rich in biodiversity, they hold enormous potential for future discoveries. Compounds in the rainforest plants are already used to treat malaria, heart disease, bronchitis, hypertension, ribonasium, diabetes, muscle tension, arthritis, glaucoma, dysentery, as well as tuberculosis, among other health problems as well.
Wow, that is crazy. I didn't realize that so many of those medicines come from the rainforest.
Yeah, absolutely.
A swath of rainforest the size of 40 football fields disappears each minute.
Really?
Yeah, according to the Global Forest Watch, our planet loses tropical forest land equivalent to the size of Bangladesh is every year. In 2017 alone, we lost 15.8 million acres of tropical forests.
That's horrible. Yeah, 1 in 4 people worldwide depend on forests for their livelihood. Nearly 1.6 billion people, more than 25% of the world's population, rely on forest resources for their livelihood, according to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. And most of them use trees on farms to generate food and income, generating sustainable forest-based livelihoods that incentivize conservation as a proven approach to saving the world's forests.
Wow. Eighth fact, you can help conserve rainforests by choosing products that bear the Rainforest Alliance certified seal.
All right.
Interesting.
They even have a hashtag called, what was it, #follow the frog.
Interesting. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, look up #follow the frog, I guess.
Absolutely. And working in partnership with rural communities is an effective, proven approach to keeping forests standing and conserving natural resources.
Yeah, definitely some great fun facts about, not fun facts, just facts about the rainforest and how what is happening.
And what can be done to help.
Yeah, what can be done to help. It's definitely a huge source of life living in those rainforests, and it's a huge deal. So happy World Rainforest Day.
Next up, we have National HVAC Tech Day. And with the days heating up, June 22nd is the perfect day for National HVAC Tech Day and show some appreciation for all of our HVAC workers.
Yeah, definitely love HVAC workers because I don't know how I would deal with, heating, cooling.
I told this story on TwinsBingo, but you guys will hear it again. We just had to experience this, and so we have a little bit of appreciation of our own as we just had to deal with this. As we moved in on a day that it was about 90-some degrees outside, and our apartment was closely following suit as our AC did not have a working button. And so within the 20 minutes of us sending in our service recall, they were there ready to help. They fixed the problem. They made sure everything was working right, and I couldn't thank them enough because it really saved our butts for that weekend.
Yeah, definitely like you said, saved our butts because it was so hot during that weekend, and I don't know if I would have lived without the AC. I actually told my grandpa, I was like, hey, if we don't get the AC running, I might be driving out
stealing a little window AC.
No, it wasn't stealing it, just going to stay out there again because I was like, I don't want to stay in an apartment without AC. It was just so hot, and we would just never survived. So we definitely Thankful for those HVAC techs on that day, and we continue to be because we use our air conditioning, heating, cooling, ventilation every single day, and so it's a great day to highlight those people that go out there and work on those things. But we got some interesting facts about HVAC that you may not know.
All right. Well, in the 1940s, a window air conditioner used to roughly cost about $350, and with inflation, that's roughly around $3,500 in today's money.
Wow, that's
insane.
Crazy. $3,500 for one back then. Without the invention of air conditioning, many medicines would never have been invented. In turn, some diseases would have never been cured.
Yeah, that's insane because they saw how things reacted in air conditioning. Not to mention there are so many medications and prescriptions that need to be refrigerated and to be kept at a colder temperature. It definitely helped with a lot of those things. But if your home has a lower humidity level, it'll feel cooler than if it was more humid. I can completely agree with that.
Poorly installed HVAC systems in New York City cost building owners anywhere between 130 to 180 million each and every year. That's crazy.
The first AC unit system actually wasn't built for your home. And in 1902, the Willis Carrier design of the first AC unit was an effort to prevent his papers and his publishing house from expanding and contracting.
Oh, yeah, but we've hit zeros in this game of Vikings victory. It looks like Snaps was able to take that one home, but I'm sure Evie is out there, wishing they could get the rest of those plays in. But we do have the winner, the blue screen, making it official. Snaps over at Stadium in Allendale, taking home $100.
Nicely done, but we'll get that entire top 10 for that first round of Vikings victory for you guys in just a couple minutes. But we have another round of Vikings victory that you guys need to be getting enrolled in the next coming minutes.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, so don't miss out. But to continue on with our HVAC fun facts, we just talked about the first air conditioning. It was first made for, what was it?
It was a publishing company, so his papers wouldn't expand and contract with the heat and humidity.
That makes sense. The first people to use a home heating system were the Romans, where heating systems called hypocausts.
Wow. It's a bad name.
Yeah, worked by sending heat through the floors and walls of the home of the rich Romans.
Really?
That's really
I never would have
cool.
guessed that.
Yeah.
That's also a horrible name. Did not age well.
No.
But next up, if you close your air vents in a lesser utilized room of your house to save money on electricity, don't. Closing these air vents to lower your bills is an urban myth. And on the contrary, doing this actually causes your power bill to raise due to it puts more pressure on your system's compressor, resulting in potential breakdowns of your HVAC system.
So, wait, what was
like
that?
when you say, oh, we don't really use the office, so we're going to shut the vent so we don't waste the AC going in there. It'll actually put more pressure in the air going through the pipes in your HVAC system, so it eventually will cause more corrosion and things to go wrong, and it could potentially raise your bill.
Wow, interesting. A properly maintained HVAC system will last you 10 to 15 years, depending on the manufacturer.
Nice. Movie theaters were some of the first establishments to have air conditioning as a strategy to get more people to go to the movies. It worked handsomely, and this is why they have the term summer blockbuster.
Really?
That's really cool.
Yeah, studies have shown that since the invention of air conditioning, humans' natural tolerance for the heat has lowered. Therefore, a hot summer day seems much hotter nowadays than it would have centuries ago.
I'm sure it has. My parents have ruined me to the heat. Even in the summer, our house is always at a nice 65 to 68.
Oh, yeah.
And so it definitely really amplifies the heat and humidity when you step outside.
I totally get it just from moving around from one state to another. As
the different heat differences.
Yeah, I've lived in Georgia, Ohio, Arizona, Michigan. I've lived all over the place in very warm, muggy climates. In
cold Middle East, Midwest climates.
Yeah, exactly. And you change so much with whatever your temperature.
You really adapt.
Yeah, you adapt so much because I was I went down to Arizona and I was wearing a jacket in 65-degree weather, like a full-blown, like my winter jacket that I ended up wearing the next winter in Michigan when it was like
30 degrees.
Yeah, less than 30 degrees. And so it was very interesting on how quickly your body adapts to it as well.
Absolutely. It was very comical. My friend actually did the opposite transition where she grew up a true blue Michigander, and then all of a sudden in about 8th grade she moved to Arizona, and even just the difference in her skin because of the sun exposure, she completely changed and she adapted, and now she is a true blue Arizonian.
That's so funny.
It's hilarious seeing the difference. And she'll come back here and she gets really excited about snow, but she'll have to be absolutely bundled up like a marshmallow.
Oh, I totally get it. I will be. I hopefully one day will be the same way. That's what I'm hoping, is that I have to bundle up every time I go anywhere near snow, and I just live in warmth. But we do have another national day to get into. A happy National HVAC Day, as you guys are getting into game number 2 of Vikings victory. The next one being a tasty one of my favorite treats, National Onion Ring Day. On June 22nd, National Onion Ring Day recognizes a batter-dipped, deep-fried bite of deliciousness that runs rings around other appetizers.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about the awesome onion towers that you can get at different places. And we were even comparing the differences in fried onions, like onion tanglers, as well as, what were the other ones? A bloomin' onion.
Yeah, a bloomin' onion. I've never had a bloomin' onion, so I feel like I may need to.
You need to try one.
I need to try one.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely one of my favorite little snacks to eat. The only thing that I dislike about them is that you have to take clear-cut bites out of them, and I don't want it to, like, the onion to slip out.
That's my issue. I don't take hard enough, like, true blue, like, cut-through bites, and so I always separate the onion from the breading, and then the raw, like, the cooked onion without the breading is something that just really I can't get behind. I also didn't really like onions growing up, but I feel like I've evolved. My taste palette has changed, and so I think I should give onion rings another try.
Yeah, I agree. You should give them and do it from a nice place that will make some good onion rings. You can't go to somewhere.
I need like a zesty dip with it too, you know, something to dip it in.
Yeah, I think you could definitely find a way for yourself to really enjoy an onion ring, just because you like the flavor. It's battered and deep fried.
You really can't go wrong.
Exactly. So hopefully we can find an onion ring that suits your fancy. But some onion ring fun facts. The first onion ring was a Crisco ad in the 1933 issue of the New York Times Magazine.
Yeah, I forgot about how big Crisco was when it came to frying goods.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. And even A&W is credited to popularizing the onion ring in fast food restaurants as it was introduced to its menu in 1960s.
Yeah, wow. The U.S. produces more than 2 million metric tons of onions annually. We love our onions.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Everyone puts onion in everything. And Americans consume 20 pounds per person annually.
I am a little surprised by that one. 20 pounds of onion per year.
I think we're under the average.
I was about to say.
Of that. I think we probably consume like 5 to 10 pounds of onion a year.
I don't know. I'd be surprised. I feel like I'd be surprised with the amount I eat of onion, just because of like onion on my pizzas, onions on my burgers.
There's always onion in tomato sauce, whether you can taste it or not.
Exactly. So there's definitely a lot of onion around, and I just don't realize it as much as other foods. But 20 pounds per person annually,
that's a lot.
An interesting statistic. Eating parsley will help you get rid of onion breath.
Really?
I did not know that one.
That's pretty cool. The fastest time to peel 50 pounds of onions is a record of 2 minutes and 39 seconds. 50 pounds of onions.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the largest onion ever grown weighs 10 pounds, 14 ounces, and was grown by V. Thrope of
Silsden, England.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very interesting. And, a key date for today is that today is National Onion Ring Day.
Absolutely. We do have those winners from the second round, or that first round of Vikings victory, though. And so I'm going to go over those top 10 winners. And in 10th place, we had Ron winning $16.80 over at the Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead. Joe Cool came in 9th, taking home $16.80 over at Eagles New Brighton. 8th place was George, taking home $16.80 over at Miltona Liquor Store. 7th place came in with Dusty over at the Jersey's Bar and Grill, taking home $25.20. 6th place was Mega Winner, taking home $33.60 over at Miltona Liquor Store. Then in 5th place, we had Hayu over at the Riverside Store and Tavern, taking home $33.60. 4th place went out to Pammy, taking home $50.40 over at Grandma's Lakeside Resort. 3rd place went out to Player over at Poppers, taking home $67.20. Well, 2nd place was EVE over at the Corner Pocket, taking home $75.60. And in number 1, we had Snaps over at the Stadium, taking home $100.80.
Well, definitely some great players out there getting some wins, and congratulations to Snaps getting the first place win on that game of Vikings victory. But now we're seeing who can get the first place win in this game of Vikings victory, as you guys just got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to get the rest of your plays in.
Yeah, but we didn't give out either of those jackpots, so you still have a small jackpot of $438 on the line, as well as $5,424 as well on that large jackpot. We got EVE in first place. Come to take back that first place spot. You ran out of time getting those plays in last round, so definitely make it count this one if you want to hold on to that first place spot.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It should be some really good stuff. I mean, yeah, getting those plays in. But we do have that first place player, EVE. We'll see Dr. Pirate out there. Not Garrett's. I'm blanking on our Curtis, our regular producer. He's always in the backstage doing a bunch of different things. One of his favorite players out there getting after it. We'll see if he can move up in these standings. I don't know why I blanked on Curtis's name, but you know, it happens. I don't claim to be good with names. Next up on our National Day list, though, we have National Chocolate Eclair Day. National Chocolate Eclair Day on June 22nd annually recognizes a delicious cream-filled pastry covered in smooth chocolate.
Yeah, this is definitely a childhood favorite for me.
Yeah, you were talking about how this was the grandma snack.
Yes, you guys, we all know that our grandmas typically had that one cookie that they always had stocked in their house at all times. Well, eclairs were the dessert of choice for my grandma. She would always have the mini ones sitting in her fridge in that big jug that you could get from Costco. It was amazing. Anytime I was in the kitchen and I didn't have eyes on me as a child, I would definitely just go run over to that fridge and just steal some eclairs.
Oh, that would have been a dangerous
So
option
good.
for me and my siblings, because we would have just.
Oh yeah, your mom would have
so
gone in
quick.
at the end of the day and the box would be gone.
Oh, it would be, and then we would be like, I don't know, I only had
It
one.
must have been grandma.
I only had one. I don't know. That's funny. But here's some fun facts about chocolate eclairs.
All right.
The dough of the chocolate eclair is the same as that is used for profiterole. Is typically pinned into an oblong shape with a pastry bag and bagged until it's crisp and hollow inside. Cool.
Yeah, it's usually piped out to make it a little bit thicker, and so it rises like a fluffy little thing.
Okay.
Yeah, eclairs actually mean lightning in French, and many people believe that eclairs got their name from the glistening sparkles that the frosting that resembles a lightning bolt. That doesn't quite make sense to me.
Really? You don't think because of the frosting?
And no, it's chocolate frosting. It doesn't resemble a lightning bolt.
No, it's the white white frosting
The
that goes
white
on
squiggle?
top. That goes on top.
A lot
of
of
the
eclairs I get don't have
eclairs.
that.
Don't have it. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so that
They're
makes
just
sense.
cream filled with the chocolate dip on top.
Ah, yeah. No, I always when I think of the chocolate when I think of chocolate eclairs is actually I think of the 3 dots of frosting on the white frosting on it.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Not even the swiggle. I think of the 3 dots that are on each
Interesting.
side. Yeah, definitely some fun stuff. But some more facts. Some pastries chains in the U.S. and Canada market Long Johns as eclairs. Long Johns are not identical with eclairs, as Long Johns use donut pastry, which is yeast risen and batter derived, rather than the show dough, which is steam puffed.
I actually did know this one because I go into I go into bakeries and I'll ask if they have eclairs and they'll say, well, yeah, we've got Long Johns right here. And I'm like,
not an eclair.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, I love Long Johns.
Oh, absolutely. They're still good, but they're closer to a Boston cream.
Yeah.
They're just not custard. It's more of like a light vanilla filling.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I didn't even know they both weren't considered Long Johns. I think they're both aren't Boston creams and
Long Johns interchangeable?
Yeah, isn't one just with
I'm not too sure.
I have no idea. That would be
I think they're different fillings, as eclairs have different fillings than Boston cream. And Boston cream is typically filled with a more custardy filling, but I can look it up.
Yeah, that would be something that we'd have to find out. But it is Chocolate Eclair Day, which is not a Long John at all. And so hopefully you guys can enjoy those nice fluffy pastries on today. But are you finding out what exactly what is the difference between a Boston cream and a Long John? Or are they the same thing?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, I
think because eclairs are more baked and a Long John is a fried donut. They're different in certain ways, but there isn't a clear difference.
Interesting. Between eclairs and Long John.
No, I'm going to have to read through multiple sources to find true blue differences.
Yes.
So we'll just say that the bread and the custard are different.
Yeah, that's all. But that's Boston cream and Long Johns are the same, are made with the same dough. It's just different innards.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Definitely great stuff on today. Happy National Chocolate Eclair Day.
Absolutely. We got Mega Winner in first place. Out of plays, though. We'll have to see if anyone in these top 10 has any plays left. Not looking like the bottom half or the top half have any.
Yeah.
And we are out of time.
Yeah, out of time, and we'll wait for that blue screen to give us the official Mega Winner win. Yeah, Mega Winner over at Milton Liquor Store, taking home that $88 first place prize. We'll see if anybody took home any jackpots during that game, but good job, Mega Winner, on that Mega Win.
Absolutely. That was a round of Vikings victory. We're about to be getting enrolled in our high-low game. It's a little bit of blingo bingo. That means if you guys are the first place prize or the last place player, you guys are both taking home a first place amount of money. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely either be the worst or the best.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. But we do have a fun game coming up today as the Twins are taking on the Guardians at 8:40 p.m. It should be a blast, and hopefully we can come back after Buddy Kennedy had one of his best plays in his short big league career, where he didn't even look at his third base coach for the call, took the swing, and was able to get the home run to lead Arizona to a 7-1 win over our Minnesota Twins. And so hopefully we can turn that one around and get the win today.
It was actually at 6:40 when it started. And
Oh,
they're
it
in the
did.
bottom of the third right now, and it's about 3-1 with the Twins winning.
Oh, good stuff. I know our Twins were the 1.5 point favorite into this game.
Well, we're right on track.
Yeah, the over-under is at 8.5, so they were expecting a very, very high-scoring game. But it seems to be on that way as the Twins have scored each and every inning so far.
Yeah, it looks like the Cleveland Guardians only got their first one in the third inning, so we're going to have to see what happens there, but we'll keep you guys updated as they continue to play.
Yeah, do you have a score prediction for the end of this game?
I'll do 6-4. No, I'll do 6-4.
6-4. That feels right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Twins, they get 3 more. The Guardians, they only get 3 more.
Yeah.
And then that feels like a good prediction right there. But I'll go different because I think I chose 3-0 as my prediction on way back on what was it, Monday? I think I made the prediction. And so today, my prediction is going to be that our Twins end up winning 5-4. It's going to end up being a closer game, and they're going to pull it within 5-4 within distance. But the Minnesota Twins end up pulling it out, maintaining that lead with a 5-4 victory.
All right. Well, we're basically saying the same thing. I'm just giving the Twins an extra run, and so they'll be fine.
Yes, we are. So it should be really, really fun.
Yeah.
You know, yours is a little bit more safe because they keep the 2-run lead. I'm saying, one
a little risky.
Real risque. But if you guys want to get some Minnesota Twins fun as well, you guys can play the great E-Tab game, Twins Win. You guys can play on any of your E-Tabs and try and pick a lucky batter in that home run derby bonus round to see if you can win some Grand Slam prizes.
I always want to do like a batter motion when you say Grand Slam prizes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I used to do it every single time, and now
it just feels right.
I've slowed down as we've said it more and more often. But love that home run derby bonus round. It's an absolute blast.
It's a lot of fun, and I hear you guys get to even pick maybe a bear to go up to bat.
Yeah, I remember in the preview. That's what I can say is I remember the bear being in the preview. So it's super interesting stuff. I don't know how that works out, but you guys got 1 minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled in this next game. Do you have pick a celebrity that you would choose for your home run derby bonus round, non-athlete. Let's just bring it into actors and singers.
Athlete?
That you would pick for your home run derby bonus round, actors and singers.
You know, I had one that popped right into my head, so I feel like I have to go with it. Jackie Chan, but then you said not an athlete, and he's very much so like
he's
an
athlete, but he's remembered.
He's more like a martial arts stuntman, more than like an organized sportsman.
Yeah, and Jackie Chan has always been like he's a bigger actor than he ever was an athlete, and so it's like saying Terry Crews as like an athlete, but like.
God, I forgot he was an athlete.
But Terry Crews he's an actor in my mind.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like you're all good there. Jackie Chan could totally be your pick.
Yeah, he just as soon as you said who, I was like Jackie Chan.
He's a bit getting up there in age, so
yeah,
I don't know.
I still trust him.
You still trust him with a bat. I'm gonna go with. I mean, part of me wants to go after watching that new Thor: Love and Thunder trailer. Pick Hemmingsworth to be.
I thought you were gonna pick Natalie Portman because she's beefy too.
Oh, Natalie Portman, she's got it in really good shape as well.
She looks awesome.
It's great. She's gonna feel that. She's gonna be do really well with that role.
Yeah, I'm typically not a big Thor fan, but the trailer itself with Christian Bale and Natalie Portman, I'm pretty excited about it.
That should be fun. But for my home run derby bonus round,
which celebrity or singer?
I feel like I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with a singer.
50 Cent.
I'm gonna go with Keith Urban.
I actually thought Keith Urban, and I was gonna say that instead of 50 Cent as my joke.
Yeah, but I feel like Keith Urban, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
That's who I'm picking. Billy Ray Cyrus is my home run derby champion. There's no way that he's not out there just swinging for the fences every time.
You think?
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if I have confidence in Billy Ray.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Good old Billy Ray.
I just,
I don't know if I'd pick him.
And his walk-up song would be so great.
What would it be?
I don't know. One of his songs, probably the only one that's huge.
I mean, you don't know. Old Town Road went pretty crazy with him in it.
Old Town Road, he did do a good job on that feature
comeback.
With Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Definitely some interesting stuff. But yeah,
that'd be so dramatic. Him like walking up to the bat with like dust behind him.
Old Town
Road.
Yeah, exactly. That's
all
what
right,
I want.
I like the vision. It's coming together now.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to pick up what I'm putting down. We got in first place early on in this game, none. In second place, we have Burgar. In third, we got Trapper 1. Fourth place, we got Biz. In fifth place, we got
And Thamos. like
In
that.
6th, we got Norby. Oh, Bergar took over first
Bergar,
place.
you dirty dog.
7th place, we have Huey. In 8th, we got Chicken Dinner. And in 9th, we have JMW.
Absolutely. But we do have those winners from that last round of Vikings victory, that second game of it. So do you want to go over those top 10 players?
Yeah, in 10th place, we had C. Bolton 103 taking home $14 over at Harold's Club. Then in 9th, we had Rick S. taking home $14 over at Lucky's Tavern. Then over at Charlie's Sports Bar and Grill, we had JMW in 8th taking home $14. $22 went out to Ron in 7th over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead. In 6th, we had Rudd Dog taking home $26 over at LJ's. Then over at Beer Stoop Inver Grove Heights, we had the 5th place player, Dr. Pirate, taking home $29. $44 went out to, in 4th place, player over at American Legion Brooklyn Center. In 3rd place, we had Evie taking home $59 over at Corner Pocket. 2nd place is Trap taking home $66 at Friends Bar and Restaurant. And that number 1 player was playing over at Miltona Liquor Store, took home $88, and that one was Mega Winner.
That's a pretty fitting name, as they got to take home that $88 prize. Nicely done to all of our winners in that top 10. Hopefully you guys can take home some great prizes in this high-low game of Blingo Bingo, but we'll have another opportunity at those Viking victory prizes next round, as we have just that one more final round of Vikings victory before we hop into that Fishin' Derby.
For sure, but we got a little bit of Twiking zone action to get into, because this is the points that you guys earn when you're playing Twins Bingo from 12 to 1, as well as when you guys were playing that Vikings Bingo during the lunchtime. We combined both those games together to create the Twiking zone and all these players that are in it.
Absolutely. So starting off on the player side of things, we had a tie being formed just yesterday in 10th place between Brizo at the Atomic Star Tavern and Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon, both with $120,000. Then in 9th place, we got Pooba over at Meister's Bar and Grill with $121,000 points. Bobo over at Corner Bar and Goodhue sits in 8th place with $136,000, but Yo-Yo over at Red Go sits with $140,000 in 7th place. 6th place getting pushed back from 5th was GTZ at the Midi with $174,000. Moving up, pushing that player back though, now in 5th place we have Lucky Tim over at Whitefront Saloon with $179,000. Now in 4th place we have Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven with $211,000 points. Now in 3rd though, pushing her back, it was Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's, who has been such a big time commodity during that lunchtime show. He's been getting wins all over the place, now sits with $225,000 points. Now in 2nd place we have Simbob over at Corky's Bar in South Haven with $229,000. But with $321,000 in 1st place, it's Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine.
Yeah, good job to all those players, really killing it during this season 11. Let's talk about the locations that those players have been affecting. In 10th place, we got Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub, Oak Park Heights, with $195,000 points. With $194,000 points, actually. With $275,000 points in 9th place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. Then in 8th place, we got VFW Blaine with $283,000 points. With $301,000 points in 7th place, we got Corner Bar and Goodhue. Closely behind them, they're just slightly behind the number 6 location, Eagles Rochester, with $305,000 points. And it wouldn't be a big jump for Eagles Rochester to catch up to the 5th place location, our place on 3rd and Faribault, who has $316,000 points. And with $338,000 points in 4th place, we got Steve-O's in Crystal. 3rd place is American Legion Fridley, jumping into that 500,000 point club with 563,000 points. With 565,000 points, only slightly ahead of American Legion Fridley in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven. And in 1st place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park, who's been running away with it this season with a whopping total of 980,000 points.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. Only 20,000 more points before they hit the 1 million point club officially. They have a couple more weeks to do so before the end of the season 11, and I think they are on track to do it, and I can't wait to see what they end off with.
Yeah, should be. be a really, really great end to this season 11. But we do have this first place player, Nunn, still holding on to that first place spot. It looks like Monkey is right now our worst player in the entire state, which does get you a really good prize, surprisingly enough, because we are in this high-low game, which should be really, really fun to see who actually ends up being the worst player in the entire state. Burgar is out of place in that second place spot, so it looks like Nunn has solidified it, at least from the already was in first place, got now bumped out Burgar.
Absolutely, but we still got players like Bro with a couple more plays left along with some other ones, and there it is, Bro taking away that first place spot. But in our last place spot in 94th, we have Monkey out of plays.
Yeah, we'll see.
Those might be our two winners, but we'll have to see what happens there, as I don't think any of our other top 10s have many plays left. Bros is definitely stealing away that first place spot with a nice little lead going on. But if you guys can't tell, right now we're listening to a little bit of Tokyo Fortunes. It's an awesome eTab game that we came out with just last year. It's really fun. You guys definitely want to check these out. Some really fun characters and graphics and some great prizes on the line in there as well.
Yeah, I would love to be able to see some of these building temples. I don't know necessarily what they are, but the gold design with the red walls, I don't know what
Japanese architecture.
Yeah, Japanese architecture.
Absolutely.
I would really love to be able to go and see those buildings, because I initially got a fan wanted to go see them just because of the one Karate Kid movie where
Jaden Smith moves to China.
Yeah, and he goes around. He goes to these big buildings that have these crazy architectures and stuff like that. And so I think it would be really cool to be able to see some of those like Tokyo architecture.
Oh, absolutely. They really incorporate a lot of the outdoors and nature inside as well.
It's super cool.
But they make it so beautiful, and it's not that kind that just like seems like you're engrossed in nature where it's almost uncleanly or anything like that. It's just like pristine in its entirety.
Yeah, I think that's really, really cool.
Oh, for sure.
Let's check how much time we have left in this game. As you guys only have 1 minute and 15 seconds to get the rest of your plays in. Don't miss out on it. You want to get the rest of those plays in to see if you can get as high up in these standings and win as much money as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
But I actually, speaking of working nature into just architecture and stuff like that. There was a school that I was in I went and assisted in the classroom for over at the elementary. And the elementary school was really, really cool, as it was built on like this big cube, and then like right in the middle there was a few classrooms in the middle, but there was also like this other basically classroom size room that was completely hollowed out, and it was a room just for plants and everything to grow. And kids could walk through it and be in it, and it was a really, really cool. And I never had that as a kid, and I thought that would be something that I would love to like go in there. And just the fact that they had it just open, and it was just something that you walk by on a daily basis going to your classroom. I thought was really cool.
I had that in my high school. We had a huge courtyard right in the center, and it was really cool because all the hallways that lined around it were lined with windows, and so we got to see in it. We had our AP environmental classes go in there and do soil plotting and stuff like that. It was definitely a lot of fun, and it got us a lot of kids. We would always be begging our teachers to have an outdoor classroom day, and we would go and learn our lesson out there and sit in there because there was stools, there's chairs, everything that like kids really needed for school. But it was a great way to keep people like out in the sun as well as still learning.
That's awesome. We do have the final winner, Bros, over at Workshop Food Hall and Bar, taking home $94 on this one. Definitely a good job for Bros.
Oh yeah, but we'll have that entire top 10 for you guys, and it's looking like Monkey was our last place player, but we'll have all those winners and their prize amounts for you guys in just a couple minutes. But if Tokyo Fortunes doesn't sound up to your speed, don't worry guys, we have over 50 different charitable eTab games and counting. You guys definitely want to check them out. We have such a wide variety of different things, from dinosaurs to Alice in Wonderland. I guarantee you to aliens, Martian invasion. Thank you for reminding us. That is a huge jackpot, growing about $50,000 on the line in Martian Invasion. You guys definitely want to be checking out that eTab game. It's a lot of fun. All of our games, though, have 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500 usually. Small bets between 50 cents and $5, and awesome bonus rounds as well as free play rounds as well that you can win.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun on those E-tabs. Go check them out and have a blast yourself. If you do find a favorite E-tab game, also send in a player picture with that E-tab game. We love seeing them with those E-tab games, live bingo games, whatever it is with Pilot games. We love those player pictures. I mean, you can see a bunch of them right over next to us. But we do have some music history to get into, as this one comes from one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid. In 1955, Walt Disney's Lady and the Tramp premieres in theaters. The canine cartoon features music from Peggy Lee, including He's a Tramp, La La Lou, and the Siamese Cat song. Lee also voices Darling, Lady's owner, and Peg the dog, as well as the ornery Siamese cats.
That's right. I didn't realize Peggy Lee was such a huge part of that movie, but that is super, super funny. But definitely Lady and the Tramp is one of those classic Walt Disney movies that still stay true. I mean, they even did that rendition of the live action version just a few years prior. Definitely a lot of fun. I haven't seen this one since I was a kid, surprisingly, but she's the singer that did the original take on Big Spender that got recycled and reused. Her verse got used in a bunch of different modern day songs.
That's awesome. I mean, just a very, very popular artist at her time.
Absolutely.
And let's look at what's her biggest hit. She ended the decade with her biggest hits of many years, and that was Is That All There Is?
Yeah, that was done in 1969. Yeah, I definitely know her most for It's a Good Day as well as Big Spender.
Yeah, I know her for a role in Lady and the Tramp. I feel like that's what I mostly know her for.
I feel like I need to rewatch this movie now. I feel like I'm out of touch with Lady and the Tramp.
It's such a classic one, and definitely there's way too many of those classic Disney movies that I think about, and I'm like, wow, I haven't watched that in forever. Like I was just thinking about. Is it Puff the Magic Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon. That was one of my favorite.
I don't know if that was Disney.
Yeah, not Disney, but was one of my. Was it Puff the Magic Dragon, or was it Pete's Magic Dragon?
I'm not sure. It might depend on which one you're looking for. I think there's multiple.
Yes, okay. Pete's Magic Dragon is the 1977 film I think I'm thinking of, where it's an animated dragon, and then it's a real life boy, and it's just one of my favorite shows from the VHS, Dragon. And that was definitely one of my favorites.
I think I missed out on that one.
Yeah, I think Puff the Magic Dragon is a song.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
And a phrase.
Yeah, it's also a film. At least I think. What was the one with
Yeah, it does. Oh, there it is. There's a few films of it.
What was the one that was the dinosaurs that had the colorful eggs?
Oh.
Dragon Tales?
Yes, I think that was Dragon Tales. That was definitely
so
Dragon
many
Tales.
Classic dragon movies when we were kids. It's hard to keep track of them.
Yes, it 100% was Dragon Tales. That was one of my favorite ones as a kid as well.
Me too.
Well, we can move on from our favorite little kid movies, as Lady and Tramp was released today in theaters, which had huge music icon Peggy Lee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But also on this date in 1990, Billy Joel becomes the first rock act to play at the Yankee Stadium when he performs his first of 2 sellout shows.
Wow, that's really, really cool.
I love Billy Joel. Oh my goodness. My favorite song of all time is by him.
Yeah, Vienna, correct? Which is definitely some cool stuff. In 1990, he played the first rock concerts ever held in New York Yankee Stadium. He also played the final rock concert ever in New York's Shea Stadium before it was torn down in 2008. So he played the first and last.
Really?
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to know his set list, but I think this is of his most recent show at the Yankee Stadium.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. But
still, love Billy Joel.
Yeah, that definitely is. He played 2 solo concerts there in June 22nd and 23rd, New York's famous Yankee Stadium. It was a perfect marriage of performer and venue. The concerts were recorded and broadcasted as a single concert on the Disney Channel, and then
Really?
later released as a single concert video DVD.
Very cool. Yeah, he played. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
He has played, his set list for that concert was Piano Man, he started out with. That was his opener.
That's a great opener.
He did New York State of Mind. He did the prelude, Angry Young Man. He did Miami 2017, Seen the Lights Go Out on Broadway. Only the Good Die Young. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Big Shot, My Life, You May Be Right. It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Allentown, Pressure, Good Night Saigon, An Innocent Man, Uptown Girl, A Matter of Trust, It's Not Her Style, We Don't Start the Fire, The Down Eater Alexa, I Go to the Extremes, Stormfront, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He even performed at Yankee Stadium, and then he finished his set list with Shout.
That's great. What a fun set list. One of those
So cool.
One of those concerts that you wish you could be there live for.
Absolutely.
And like we said, reading one of those, it had to have been the perfect mixture of artist and venue.
Absolutely. It seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. But we do have players getting after this final game of Vikings victory. We have a player in first place right now, but you guys got 7 minutes and 11 seconds to get all these plays in.
That's right, but we do have excuse me. We do have those winners from that round of Blingo Bingo, our high-low game. We even have the entirety of the top 10 biggest losers, not just the biggest one.
Ooh.
So I'll take the losers, you take the winners.
Okay, sounds right to me.
All right, well, starting off, coming in 10th place for the losers side of thing, it was Ron over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead, taking home $18.80.
Which, while we're ranking these, 10th is the 10th
from the loser.
from the worst player.
Yes.
So in
Once
in
I get to
any
number
way, that
one,
makes
he
sense.
is the biggest loser.
Yeah, number one is the worst loser of them all, which is the best loser of them all. I mean,
Absolutely.
However you look at it, it's confusing, but that's how the high-low game works.
Absolutely. Well, and coming in 9th to last, it was Jen over at Blasco's Embassy Bar, taking home $18.80. 8th place was Vaughn over at Onamia Vets Club, taking home $18.80. Then 7th from last, we had Player over at Poppers, taking home $28.20. 6th place was Nico over at Corral Saloon and Eatery, taking home $28.20. Then 5th from last, it was Jody RN over at the Cabin Bar, taking home $28.20. 4th from last was KMN over at Crazy J's Bar and Grill, winning $37.60. And 3rd from last, it was Joe Cool over at Eagles New Brighton, taking home $47. 2nd from last was MNL over at Crazy J's Bar, taking home $75.20. And then our biggest loser was Monkey over at Moen's Bar, getting a win of $94.
Yeah, good job to all of those terrible players for being so bad that you got some wins. Great job. I mean, that's why we love the high-low games. But
it's one of my favorites.
in the winners, the highest scoring players, in 10th place, we had Mikey over at the Barrel House Bar and Cafe, taking home $18. Also went out to Sue Winning over at Old Piper Inn in Lakeville. Over at Pete's Inn, we had Skull Sis taking home $28. Also went out to 7th place player BJW over at Howie Sports Bar and Grill. Over at the Maple Liquor Store, we had Willie taking home $28 in 6th place. 5th place was C. Bolton 103 taking home $28 over at Harold's Club. Then taking home $37 in 4th place, we had Curtis's favorite player, Dr. Pirate, over at Beer Stew Inver Grove Heights. 3rd place is Bergar, taking home $47 over at the Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. Over in 2nd place, we had None, taking home $75 over at Harding Bar and Grill. And then over at the Workshop Food Hall and Bar, we had the 1st place player, Bros, taking home $94.
Absolutely, but we got a lot of players with a lot of plays left in our top 10. We got Boogeyman in 2nd place.
Yeah, but right now, all you guys are competing for PGL points. And if you guys want to be a member of our PGL standings, you guys got to be signed up at PGL.world. You don't just get to be involved in the standings and stuff like that. You also get insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has so much great information in it. And even better, our event, PyCon, our biggest event of the entire summer. You guys will get all the information you'll need to know coming through that email if you get signed up at PGL.world.
Absolutely. You guys will need to know about PyCon, when it's happening, how to register. You guys will definitely want to be there this year. It's the only opportunity that we get to come over to Minnesota and meet you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We might even pull you up on the broadcaster with us.
Oh,
so
hopefully.
definitely be there or be square. But once you guys sign up at PGL.world, you also get to download the Player Connect app with that brand new logon as well, where you can watch streams and interact with us on there as well. But we had a couple new players who signed up, and we love showcasing all the people who sign up at PGL.world, sprinkling a little extra bit of luck on them. And so we had Critter 623, Winifred Rue, Dusty 726, Tyler T, Mail Lady, Jay-Z, MZ Holly, Miss Kitty, Poa, Beatnik, Sandud, Aim 23, Ducks, Game Guy 202, Rydell, Scat, Bree, as well as Crayola 7, and that Crayola is spelled with a K.
Oh, and now
get a little crazy.
Spicy, as Big John would say. But definitely, those players can now compete to try and get into the top 10 of our PGL standings heading into the tail end of the season 11, or if they're just getting themselves a nice warm-up for season 12, which will be right around the corner, which is super, super exciting stuff.
Oh, I'm excited for it. I'm ready for the chaos to ensue, you guys. We are officially in the crunch time of season 11, so we're going to have some big implications on their next PGL nights. And starting off on the 10th place spot in our player standings, we have Sloppy, who just made it into our top 10s over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 1,154,000 points. 9th place, it's with OE50 over at the Stanchion Bar with 1,174,000. But with 1,299,000 points in 8th place, it's Sarah Honey at VFW Austin, who got pushed back from Nixon, now in 7th place over at VFW Roseville, who sits with 1,339,000. But with 1,438,000 points in 6th place, it's Bucks over at the Rustic Saloon, closely behind Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill, who sits with 1,594,000 in 5th place. 4th place, though, is Forget UD over at VFW Austin with 1,717,000. Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon sits in 3rd place with 1,742,000 points. But in 2nd, it's Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 2,272,000. But reigning in 1st place strong, it's Bam Bam at Stewartville Legion Post with 2,622,000. Yeah,
good job to all those players. Heading into the locations, we only have one location outside the 5 million point club in 10th place. We got LJ's in Miltona with 4,819,000 points. With 5,032,000 points in 9th place, just getting into that 5 million point club last night, we got Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. 8th place is Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato with 5,215,000 points. With 5,243,000 points in 7th place, we got Neeson's Gaylord. 6th place is VFW Northfield with 5,555,000 points. That's a lot of fives. In 5th place, though, heading into another 5, we got American Legion Cleveland with 5,887,000 points. Now into the 6 million point club with 6,808,000 points. In 4th place, we got Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter. 3rd place is Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake with 6,933,000 points. And now we skip over the 7 million point club, getting into the 8 million point club. We got 2 locations duking it out for the 1st place spot. And in 2nd place, we got Billy's Rockford with 8,049,000 points. Was in 1st place last week. And in 1st place, took it over last week and has been going crazy with all of our PGL nights. We got Poppers in Virginia with 8,142,000 points.
Absolutely. And we've seen a couple players already out there getting wins at that location. And so it's awesome to see. And I can't wait to see how high these totals will rise as the tail end of season 11 is ensuing. But we are officially in that 4th game of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It started about an hour ago now. No, 2 hours ago, right?
No, 1 hour,
1 hour ago. All right, and it's the Lightning versus the Avalanche. But before we go over what's going on there, we got our own winner.
Yeah, player over at the East Side Bar in Winona is taking home that $102 first place prize. Good job, the player, because they dominated him with almost a 10,000 point victory for them in that game, final game of Vikings victory. But with it being the final game of Vikings victory, we're going to take a break as you guys get enrolled into a little bit of fishing derby action. But we'll be back as you guys play that game.
What is up, you guys? We got two specialty nights each and every week. We got MegaSota game night on Tuesday at 6:40, and we got Twins Wednesday each and every Wednesday at 7, going all the way till 9 p.m. You guys absolutely need to be coming out for that. Sign up at pgl.world, earn some cash as well as those PGL points.
Oh yeah, and those points, the people who have earned a lot of points. In 10th place, we got Reyes 22 over the Old Town Tavern with 1,140,835 points. In 9th place, we got OE 50 over at Stanchion Bar with 1,174,515 points. Then with 1,243,149 points in 8th place, we got Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin. 7th place is Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 1,284,750 points. Then with 1,378,250 points in 6th place, we got Bucks over at Rustic Saloon. 5th place is Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill with 1,519,065 points. With 1,671,650 points in 4th place, we got Forget You D at VFW Austin. 3rd place is Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon with 1,742,925 points. with 2,272,330 points. In second place, we got Keith over at Billy's Rockford. And in first place, we got Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post with 2,449,000. Hey guys, and we are back for a little bit of fishing derby action. We're seeing if anybody can earn some more PGL points, get some good cash money, or maybe take home one of these jackpots with a $315 largemouth and a $154 smallmouth. We'll see who can take it home, as we have Ben Hez in first place, but it's going to be changing a bunch tonight. But we were talking about our the NHL, just as we were getting off. Game 4 is happening between the Lightning and Avalanche, where they are in
Tampa Bay.
For that game. Tampa hasn't lost in a while at home, and it looks like they're trying to do the same thing as they're getting into the second period of this one with a 1-0 lead. Now, obviously, in these games, that is not any kind of sign of celebration, as it's been pretty back and forth in this series.
Absolutely, but we're going to have to see what happens there, as John's prediction is that they're going to start just absolutely clean sweeping it and get the second win tonight. Right now, the Avalanche have 2 wins under their belt, while the Tampa Bay only have 1, but they are home, and so we are expecting a little bit of shakeup and chaos.
Oh, yeah. Let's check out what the odds were for this game for what Vegas thought the experts were thinking. They were saying that the Colorado Avalanche did have let's see. Yeah, they said Colorado had the advantage at 1.5 scores. The over-under being 6 goals. And let's see. Avalanche had the advantage. I think I think it's gonna be a 1-score game over there in Tampa if the Avalanche get the win. Really? Yeah. I don't see it being a 2-score victory for the Colorado. Definitely would take the under for that one, and I would say for the 6 goals, I think it's going to be higher than that, as every game so far in this finals has been a pretty high-scoring matchup.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I was going to take over that as well. What do you think it's going to be the end score?
End score prediction is going to be 6-4. Avalanche get the win, and I totally took back what I said about the 1-score game and made it a 2-score victory for the Avalanche. Just when I mapped it out in my head, that's what I came to.
All right. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I was gonna go a little bit higher than that, but I don't know how high scoring this game's gonna get.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard to get a lot more if you're talking about combined score, where I had a 10-point. A 10-point game. It's going to be tough to get higher than that one.
Okay. Good to know. I'll do 5-4 Avalanche winning.
5-4. I think that's a good prediction as well. It's actually more true to what I was saying about what my prediction. So definitely great stuff. If you guys want to get some wild action, play the great E-Tab game. Let's Go Wild. It's super fun. You guys can even try your luck in the Slap Shot bonus round to see if you can win some really good prizes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely go out and support our Wild in their off season. But we have a little bit of fishing report done about the Bemidji area lakes by Explore Minnesota. This was just updated on June 16th for you guys. And fishing guide Dick Beardsley took 14-year-old Julia and 13-year-old Sienna on a guided fishing trip last Saturday to take a kid on fishing day. Within 5 minutes, Julia landed a 23.5-inch walleye, and shortly after, Sienna caught her first walleye of the day as well. The group ended up keeping 3 walleye while releasing the other ones they caught, and caught more than 30 northern pike. At the end of the day, the girls and their parents and the other guides and groups all met up at the Bemidji Lake State Park for a huge fish fry and pictures. It was a very special and exciting day for everyone. But overall, walleye fishing remains good on many Bemidji area lakes. Jigs with minnows and live bait rigs with crawlers or leeches are turning the most fish. Panfish are active in the shallows of the emerging reeds, responding well to small jigs tipped with plastics, small minnows, or even wax worms. Largemouth and smallmouth bass are heating up, with pike found shallow along the edge of those emerging weed lines, while northern pike are hitting anything tossed nearby.
Definitely some great news to hear. Not only that there's some great fishing happening, but also seeing some young fishers getting out there and having some success.
Absolutely, but I got some even better news. We ended up giving out a small jackpot in that last round of Vikings victory, and it ended up going out to Big Daddy, who got to take home $523 over at Troubles 2. But we also have the entirety of those top 10 standings and the players who won.
Oh yeah, let's get into it. And in 10th place, we had Mike taking home $17 over at Old Piper Inn in Lakeville. 9th place was Tara taking home $17 over at the Maple Liquor Store. Over at LJ's, we had Rud Dog taking home $17 in 8th place. 7th place was Ruru taking home $25 over at the Guilty Goose. In 6th place, we have Bex winning, taking home $34 over at the Sunset Grill. You like the Guilty Goose?
The Guilty Goose.
What was the childhood little rhymes poems book?
The Mother Goose?
Was it Mother Goose?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up as I finish off this top 10. But in 5th place, we had Jen taking home $34 over at Blasco's Embassy Bar. Then over at Red Vest, we had in 4th place OGM Drew taking home $51. $68 went out to KB Shots over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls in 3rd place. 2nd place was the Boogeyman taking home $76 over at VFW Blaine. And in 1st place, we had Betafel Trip over at Eastside Bar taking home $102.
Very cool. And it turns out that nursery rhymes were originally called Mother Goose rhymes.
Were Mother Goose rhymes.
Yes.
And so the fact that there was it may be a book that was I'm referring to as a child.
And the Mother Goose is the one that befriended the magical goose that laid the golden eggs. That was that original fairy tale.
Oh, okay. Well, I very iconically remember my nursery book rhyme that that had a big old Mother Goose on it, and made me think of it, Guilty Goose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff. But we do have just 7 minutes and 45 seconds to get the rest of your guys' plays in. Make sure you don't leave anything on the board, as we still got quite a bit of these games to go, and you want to get a bunch of these points in.
Absolutely. But while you guys are out there fishing, I know you're going to be taking a bunch of pictures out on the lake and plastering them all over Facebook for the world to see. But we want you to do exactly that with Pilot Games as well. So whether you're holding up your favorite e-tab, taking home a big jackpot tonight with your best friends, or even just your bartender holding your favorite beverage, we want to see you out there having a blast with Pilot Games. So snap that selfie and take those photos and send them our way. You can share them directly with us on Facebook, post them on any of your social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games, or you can email them jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Oh yeah, and we can show off a great player picture from
B.O.B.
B.O.B. or Bob.
Bob and family.
Yeah, taking home $4,000 over the weekend. Just a great player picture and a great example of one of those pictures that we're talking about. Doesn't matter what it is. They had a jackpot in front of them, but just seeing the whole family together playing Pilot Games, we would love to show it off.
Absolutely. They're one of our favorite things. You can even see some of them on our social media pages. So head over to our Instagram and you can see some there as well.
Oh, great stuff. Gone Fishing has taken over that first place spot, but I don't know how long he'll hold on to that, as there's a lot of players right behind him with some plays left. As we have Timmy, KB Shots is out of plays in 3rd. Sloppy in 4th has plays. You got Arez in 5th that could be getting
Quite
in,
a few plays left.
could be moving up. You got Rud Dog.
Back.
8th, still with plays left. Must have just not done any plays, and somebody
Come on,
moved
get those
up.
plays in.
Oh yeah, I see Tron out there.
Ooh.
Do you ever watch the movies
No.
of Tron?
I missed out on
They
that.
were really fun. To me, they were one of those movies that I don't think they were very good.
The bikes were cool.
But how they inspired my imagination was a really cool movie.
The whole aesthetic of the movie is really cool.
Yeah.
I definitely have seen photos and snippets of what it was in the galaxy or the world they lived in, but I've never actually seen the film, and I don't know the plot line.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who is the main bad guy in the in the Tron that I actually referred to him being in Tron. Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is in Tron, and I told Will while we were on air. He was like Jeff Bridges is such a good actor, and then he was like, what was his best work? And then I was like, oh, I know what you're looking for, Tron, and and it just caused a big laugh because he's a really good actor that's been in so many different things.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it would be such a fallacy to say that Tron is his best work.
Oh, I was trying to remember what I knew him from as a kid, and he plays a gymnastics coach in a movie I used to watch called Stick It.
That's funny.
It's really funny.
That would be that's an interesting role for him. I don't know if I could picture him as a coaching figure.
Oh, he's a gymnastics star himself. He goes up on a trampoline and does tricks. He ends up breaking his arm, but because he's out of practice. But it's a really funny movie.
That definitely seems like a good one. We do have Timmy, who took over that first place spot over at Neighbors on the Rum. We'll see if he can maintain that spot. We'll see who's in second. Brain is in second with a lot of plays left. I'd be expecting him to get into first place, but we'll see how the plays end up rolling out there.
Absolutely, but we do have some Vikings news to get into, as the former Minnesota Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph recently spoke about the possibilities of rejoining his old team for the upcoming 2022 season.
Yeah, he was stated, absolutely. I said it when I left here that Minnesota is always my home. It's kind of never been brought to my attention more than when we came back from New Jersey after last season. Certainly for me, there is still one thing left to do here, and that's win a championship in Minnesota. So obviously, I would love another opportunity to have another crack at it.
Absolutely, and I think now would be a great time to come back. I know you were saying stuff about his statistics speaking and what he can actually do for the team getting back out on the field. I don't know much about
getting
that,
out on the field is, I don't think, his biggest attribute to us. I think we have more talented tight ends in Irv Smith Jr. I think he's the better tight end at this point.
Yeah.
But I think Kyle Rudolph brings a mentality. He's a leader within the locker room. He's a positive kind of guy, a guy who's been in the league for a long time, that knows what it takes to be one of the top players in the NFL. And having those guys around so much young talent is always a good addition.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to show some support for our Vikings in the meantime, you can play our awesome eTab game that we've teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You can even check out that Skull bonus round, pick a lucky letter, and try and win some huge prizes.
Oh yeah, you guys just have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get the rest of your guys' plays in, so don't leave them out on this game of Fishing Derby. While you guys are finishing up this game of Fishing Derby, I'm going to hop into the Jackpot Hunter standings. And in the player side of these standings, in 10th place, we got Brother Nat over at the Chart House with 59,000 points. With 60,000 points in 9th place, we got O. Lars over at Onamia Vets Club. 8th place is Kev over at the Deer Stand with 61,000 points. With 63,000 points in 7th place, we got Kimmy over at the Double Wide, who got bumped back from a former tie with 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar, who now solely owns 6th place with 64,000 points. With 69,000 points in 5th place, we got Crazy Kid over at the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45. 4th place is Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon with 71,000 points. With 83,000 points in 3rd place, we got Not Lucky over at American Legion Friendly. 2nd place is Bull over at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 146,000 points. And with 151,000 points in 1st place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue.
Absolutely, but on the location side of things, coming in from unranked into 10th place, we have American Legion Fridley sitting with 107,000. Boulevard Tavern in West St. Paul sits in 9th place with 111,000. But with 119,000 now in 8th, we have Onamia Vets Club. In 7th, we got the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 and Hilltop with 123,000. 6th place is with Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd with 127,000. But with 131,000 in 5th place, it's the Riverboat Depot in Sartell. 4th place is with Concordia Lanes in Newham with 149,000 points. 3rd place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 234,000 points. But with exactly 300,000 points in 2nd place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park. but reigning in first place, over 100,000 points separating him from the second place location. Corner Bar and Good, who has been dominating and now sits with 414,000 points so far.
Wow, a great point total so far in this season. But we got to talk about the PGL thing because we got PGL points flying everywhere. 43,000 points to be exact for Brain in first place. We'll see if anybody can catch up as we come down. We're coming down to the last few seconds. We'll see just 25 seconds to get the rest of those plays in. And we got Biz in 9th place with a few plays. We'll see if they can get the rest in and see where that can make them land. But I don't think anybody can compete with the first place player, Brain, as the rest of the top 5 is out of place.
Absolutely. I think we officially have our first place winner, but we'll have to see if anyone got to take home a largemouth or even the smallmouth jackpots in this round of Fish and Derby. But don't worry, guys, we are officially getting closer to rolling in on our jackpot jungle game. It's a 25-cent card and over $13,000 on the line, so you guys definitely want to get enrolled in our final tournament game for this Twins Wednesday.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And there's the blue screen that announces the big winner, Brain, over at VFW Dilworth, taking home that nice prize of $54 on this one. Good job, Brain, as we are now going to be getting enrolled into the final game of this Twins Wednesday.
Jungle.
Yeah, Jackpot Jungle.
Yep, but we do have some exciting celebrity birthdays to get into for you guys. And in 1837 on this day, Paul Murphy was born, the American chess player considered the greatest of his era of 1857 through 61.
Oh yeah, he was often considered the unofficial world chess champion. And we actually found out that he got so good by watching games between his uncle and father. Not only that, but he played against his mother, which frequently he wanted them to play tricks on him so that he would have to work his way out of weird situations.
Yeah, even against his older sister and brother, he made all of his family duel him and try and practice as much as possible to become the best chess player.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, he's even written books about Murphy's game of chess and all of his antics about playing.
Oh yeah, he was
an extraordinary and precocious talent.
Yeah, a child prodigy who quickly rose to become the best player in America and then the world before he effectively retired from serious play at the age of 21.
So young.
So he got to the best and then retired.
Is he a grandmaster today?
I don't know.
Yeah. He would still be considered a strong grandmaster to this day.
That is awesome. Well, happy birthday, Paul Morphy. What a crazy story for him, as he's just really, really good. And then said, hey, at 21, I don't really feel like doing chess anymore. Definitely a cool story.
Yeah, but next up in 1903, Carl Hubble was born, the American Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher. He was a 9-time MLB All-Star. He won the World Series in 1933. He was an NL MVP in 1933 as well as 1936, and he played with the New York Giants.
Yeah, he was known as the meat ticket well as King Carl. Was an American Major League Baseball player. He was a pitcher for the New York Giants of the National League from 1928 to 1943 and remains on the team's payroll for the rest of his life long after he moved to San Francisco.
Yeah, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1947. He earned an average of 2.98. He had over 1,677 strikeouts, and his win-loss record is 253 to 154. Over 100 more wins than he had losses.
Really? That is awesome. What an incredible baseball talent.
He was even in a couple movies.
You want to see what movies he was in?
He was in The Major Leaguer, Major League Baseball, Memorable Moments, and even Pennant Chasers.
Wow. Yeah, happy birthday, Carl Hubble. Next up, born in 1906, we got Anne Monroe Lindenberg, an American author and aviator that did Gift from the Sea and is, really known for her being a part of different missions with her famous husband, Charles Lindbergh.
And she was also the first American woman to get a glider pilot license.
Wow, really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff.
Well, definitely really cool. Happy birthday, Anne Monroe Lindbergh.
Now born something. The Australian-born American filmmaker. He did Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe, even Apartment and Stalag 17.
Yeah, definitely a iconic guy in the film. His career in Hollywood spanned over 5 decades. He was generally regarded as one of the most brilliant and versatile filmmakers of the classic Hollywood cinema.
Very cool. He was born in Poland and then eventually moved to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, that's really cool. And some of his best films are Some Like It Hot, The 7-Year Itch, Double, Indemnity, The Apartment, Sabrina, Witness for the Prosecution, and Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, he's worked with great actresses like Audrey Hepburn and even Marilyn Monroe, like we stated previously.
Yeah.
But next up, in 1918, we have Cicely Sanders, the American nurse and physician and writer who founded the first modern hospice center.
That's awesome. We do have balls finally dropping in this last game of Jackpot Jungle. We're hoping that we can give out $13,649 on that coverall prize. All you gotta do is win it in 52 balls or less. But we also have a line prize of $37 and a large M of $37, which should be some fun stuff.
Absolutely, and we got Granny, Swag Juice, Jan, Jarrett, Going to New York, Burgar, and a whole bunch of other people in line to get this prize.
Oh yeah, next up on our celebrity birthday list, born in 1947, we got Pistol Pete Maravich, an American NBA star that played for the Atlanta Hawks and a few other NBA teams. But what I know him most for is averaging 40 points. 45 points, really, during his college career.
That is super impressive. He really intrigues me the more I find out about him. He was part of the Pittsburgh metropolitan area, but he was raised in the Carolinas as well, and he even predicted his own death after playing with the NBA.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, obviously played for the Atlanta Hawks.
He was also with the Celtics in 1979, and he was also with the Jazz.
Maravich is responsible for the 3 highest individual scoring averages in the history of the sport, and his career scoring average is amongst 10 points higher than the second highest average ever here.
Wow.
In his college career. That's what he's most known for, is just being able to do that. Fun fact: he did that all without a 3-point line, and they've come to see if they took all of his shots, the ones that were shot behind where the 3-point line would be, he would have averaged 57 points per game.
That's insane. We do have a couple winners, as we got Turtles 22 at Turtles Bar and Skeezy over at Beer Stoof Invergrove, both splitting up that $37 line prize. We got $37 on that large M though, and over $13,649 on that jackpot.
Oh yeah, one of your favorite actresses is next up on this one. Born in 1949, Meryl Streep, the American actress, French Lieutenant's Woman, as well as Sophie's Choice, and many, many other films, as she was very much a working actress through the 2000s and still does work up to this day.
Absolutely. She was in Devil Wears Prada. She is Mamma Mia herself. She is definitely an amazing actress, and she's aged with grace and beauty, and I absolutely love Meryl Streep.
Yeah, she's really, really good stuff. She
was in Into the Woods.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely just a
Death Becomes Her.
Just a great actress.
Absolutely, a big fan.
Yeah, happy birthday, Meryl Streep. Next up, born in 1958, we got Bruce Campbell, American actor, producer, director, did Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, also appeared in the newest Doctor Strange movie, where he actually referenced Evil Dead.
Absolutely, he was even the gym teacher in Sky High.
Ah, yes, don't want to forget about his role in the great movie Sky High.
It's what I'm most known for.
Yeah, definitely. I think Evil Dead series is what I know him most for.
I've never seen any of them.
He's also in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, which is big roles.
Yeah.
He's also a voice actor in the Cars series. I wonder who he voice acts.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, as I know a lot of the characters in
He's not listed. He's uncredited.
Uncredited. Dang it. So, well, happy birthday to Bruce Campbell. Next up, born in 1962, we got Clyde Drexler, an NBA guard from 1983 to 98, 10-time All-Star for the Portland Trail Blazers, as well as the Houston Rockets, won an Olympic gold in 1992, and then followed up that career with being a broadcaster as well.
Clyde the Glide. I like that. That's definitely really funny, and I think that's an incredible, just an all-around, well-rounded career. I mean,
yeah, one of those best players of all time kind of guys.
Absolutely. But next up, in 1964, we got Dan Brown, the American author of the film or the thriller fiction The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, definitely a great author that created a very iconic book. Next up, one of the most iconic football players for me personally, and that was born in 1971, Kurt Warner, American Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback. I've read his book and everything. It's a really great story.
Isn't he one of your favorite players?
One of my favorite players of all time, like if not my favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl in 1999. He won the MVP. He played for the St. Louis Rams. He played for the New York Giants. He played for the Arizona Cardinals. I forget if that's all he played for, but was a very, very talented player. Pro Bowler from 1999 to 2001, and then again in 2008, and really never got the kind of accolades when you talk about Pro Bowls, MVPs, all those All-Pro kind of things, because he had such a short-lived career, and it always felt like someone wanted to get him out of the position. And I actually just watched a video which reminded me of Kurt Warner, where his final Super Bowl that he went to was with the Arizona Cardinals, and this is after the like third team had given up on him, had been like, oh, he's washed, he'll never be good again kind of deal, and then he comes out there, leads the Arizona Cardinals to a Super Bowl. But it was I was just watching about how basically the Pittsburgh Steelers during that Super Bowl were like a legendary defense, like supposed to be one of the greatest defenses of all time kind of deal. And they went out there and they drove down and scored a last-minute touchdown to win the game, and then the Steelers went down and scored a last-minute touchdown to win the game. And I think that happened twice in the Super Bowl against Kurt Warner, where he went down and he drove and scored the final touchdown to win the game, but left too much time on the clock and let another quarterback go down and get that crazy win.
Dirty.
Yeah, but it happens, and Kurt Warner, one of my favorite players for it, as we can look up the top yards thrown in the Super Bowl.
All right, well, let's take a peek. We got players like Dez and Sean, one ball away from this large M. We still have about 10 balls dropped before we're moving past this jackpot, though. And we got even more players now like Granny, Swag, Juice, and Ashley, all in line to take this home. Let's see who's going to win this $37.
Yeah, definitely some crazy stuff there. But let's see who has the most yards in a football. Tom Brady's obviously one of those, is super high up there. But we do have a winner.
That's right, as Carrie Dabb over at the Barrel House Bar and Cafe is taking home that large M, $37 going out to you. And we have a nice little run-up at this jackpot. Hopefully we can give out this over $13,000 to one of you lucky players.
Oh, yeah. Well, with the Rams in 2000, he is number 3rd for most yards thrown. Then in 2009, 9 years later, is number 4th in most yards thrown in the Super Bowl. 2002, he's up there in the top 10.
That's funny.
And then I think he's got another one up here at some point that's in this top yards thrown. But just one of my favorite players, Kurt Warner.
Absolutely.
Our Timberwolves are in the offseason. I've heard a bunch of big news. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that news tomorrow. But while we are waiting on seeing if this $13,000 jackpot goes out, we're going to hop into the top 5 of the Twiking Zone. And in 5th place, we got Lucky Tim over at Whitefront Saloon. 4th place is Nan at Corky's Bar Southaven. 3rd place is Mikey Wins over at Steve O's. 2nd place is Sin Bob over at Corky's Bar Southaven. And in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine.
And on the location side, in 5th place, we got Our Place on 3rd and Faribault, while Steve O's and Crystal sits in 4th. 3rd place is American Legion Fridley. 2nd is Corky's Bar in Southaven. And And reigning in first place, closing in on that 1 million point club, is VFW Spring Lake Park.
Oh, yeah, definitely some great stuff. But we do have just 2 balls to drop in this one. Now 1 to go. Grumpy, Not Jeff, Boogeyman, all are trying to get the win in this one. And we'll see if they get the win right here. But some movies that were released on today as we see if this jackpot goes out. It doesn't look like it. But in 1984, Karate Kid came out, the original Karate Kid. Just an absolute classic.
Next up in 1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out. This was one of my favorites.
This is one of those that has completely been forgotten in my childhood.
Really?
Like, it's way back there, and I don't remember a single scene from Roger Rabbit, but I know that it exists, and I remember.
Yeah, it's like real people meet the tunes.
Yes, I know what it is. I just don't remember any of the scenes from it.
I watched it back growing up, and it's a little bit more adult than I realized.
Really? Well, in 2001, we had The Fast and the Furious, the first of the iconic franchise.
Beautiful. That's where I got my name from.
Yeah, in 2001 as well, we had Dr. Dolittle 2. I really liked these series as a kid, as I always wanted to be able to talk to animals.
Oh, I loved it. And I loved Eddie Murphy growing up so much. And so Dr. Dolittle was a big fan. But we do have our last winner, as Hayu over at Riverside Store and Tavern is taking home that must-go prize. $56 going out to you in our final game. That's a really big prize.
That's Huey.
Huey? It might be.
Yeah, I would guess that's Huey. Good job, Huey, over at the Riverside Store and Tavern. And good job to all those winners in this final game of our Twins Wednesday. Before we get into a little bit of Skull Bingo, I got a player spotlight to talk to you about. And that's TNT over at American Legion Hugo, who took home $4,447 over the weekend. And everybody who plays at American Legion Hugo is supporting this great charity, the Hugo Legion Post 620. And their mission is to enhance the well-being of Americans' veterans, their families, and our military, and our devotion to by their devotion to mutual helpfulness. I mean, they just do a great job helping out everywhere around.
Absolutely. Remember, each of the locations you guys are playing at supports different charities around your community. Take that into consideration as we leave you off for that final hour of Skull Bingo. Have a nice night, and remember, when you play pilot games, your community wins.
See ya.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
And if you guys are coming out for our happy hour show each and every day from 4 to 6, that's when we run those 23 games of the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter. We give out some great cash, but we also give out some awesome points to count towards those Jackpot Hunter standings.
Yeah, but to dive right into those standings, in 10th place, we got Lars over at Anamia Vets Club, taking home 54,000 points. With 59,000 points in 9th place, we got Brother Nat over at the Chart House. 8th place is Kev over at the Deer Stand with 61,000 points. With 63,000 points, we actually have a two-way tie in 6th place between 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar and Kimmy over at Niswa Legion.
Nice.
In 5th place, we got Crazy Kid over the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 with 68,000 points. With 69,000 points in 4th place, we got Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon. 3rd place is Not Lucky over at American Legion Fridley with 83,000 points. With 144,000 points in 2nd place, we got Bowl over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. And then that number 1 player, it's Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 151,000 points.
Oh yeah, those are some tight-knit standings, but I'm going to hop right into the location side of things, and we jump right off into a tie between American Legion Fridley and Shady's Railside and Rice. They're both in 9th place with 103,000. But with 109,000 points in 8th place, we have the Boulevard Tavern in West St. Paul. 7th place sits with Riverboat Depot in Sartell with 117,000. But right ahead of them is the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 in Hilltop with 118,000 in 6th place. 5th place sits with Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd with 122,000. Then in 4th, we got Concordia Lanes in New Ulm, 143,000 points. But with 224,000 points in 3rd place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. 2nd place is with VFW Spring Lake Park with 285,000. And then reigning in on the top of this leaderboard at 1st place, Corner Bar in Goodhue with 412,000 points so far.
Oh yeah, definitely some great point totals for those locations, and we'll see if there can be any shakeups in the player and location sides in this upcoming week. But make sure you guys are coming out from 4 to 6 to earn those points in the Jackpot Hunter $1 edition. There it is, 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I got to say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.